The historical backdrop of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, originating in the establishment of Israel in 1948, weaves a story of complex geopolitical dynamics. Recent Israeli airstrikes have amplified humanitarian concerns, particularly in Gaza and Lebanon, with hospitals facing severe challenges and families enduring displacement. Concurrently, the prolonged conflict has strained Israel's economy, impacting industries like tourism and construction. However, the high-tech sector stands resilient. This multifaceted scenario underscores the intricate interplay between historical grievances, humanitarian crises, and economic resilience, shaping the ongoing narrative of the region. As events unfold, there is much more to uncover and understand about the complex dynamics that continue to unfold in this deeply rooted and evolving conflict. Welcome to Live Economic News. Make sure to subscribe, activate the bell, and like. Moving forward from the Balfour Declaration. How did the proposal to establish a national home for Jewish people contribute to rising tensions in pre-1948 Palestine? Historical background of Israel-Palestine. Before 1948, the region that is now Israel was under British control, and Palestine exhibited a diverse mix of Jewish and Arab populations. Tensions heightened as an increasing number of Jews sought refuge, particularly those escaping persecution during the Nazi Holocaust. The Balfour Declaration of 1917, a pivotal moment in the region's history, aimed to establish a national home for Jewish people in Palestine. However, this proposal was met with opposition from Palestinian Arabs, setting the stage for escalating violence and unrest. In 1947, the United Nations put forth a plan to partition Palestine, suggesting the creation of separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem designated as an international city. Despite this proposal, the Arab side rejected the plan, and in 1948, against a backdrop of mounting tensions, Jewish leaders proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel. This declaration ignited a conflict known as Al-Nakba, or the catastrophe, leading to the mass displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from their homes. As the years unfolded, Israel gained control over significant territories, a situation that has given rise to ongoing contentious issues. Among these are the status of Jerusalem, a city claimed by both Israelis and Palestinians as their capital, and the establishment of an independent Palestinian state. Various peace efforts, including the Oslo process and the 2003 roadmap for a two-state solution, encountered numerous obstacles, hindering progress toward a comprehensive resolution. In the most recent chapter on diplomatic initiatives, a peace plan proposed by the United States under the administration of President Donald Trump faced rejection by the Palestinian leadership. These historical developments underscore the complexity and enduring challenges in finding a sustainable and equitable resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. As we navigate the international landscape, how has the condemnation of Hamas by some Western countries affected the dynamics of the conflict, particularly in terms of diplomatic efforts and support for Israel? International stances on the Israel-Hamas conflict. In the current conflict between Israel and Hamas, the United States, the European Union, and many Western countries have condemned Hamas for its attack on Israel. The U.S., Israel's main ally, has provided substantial military and economic aid to Israel and has pledged further support, including sending military equipment to bolster Israel's defenses. Additionally, the U.S. has deployed military assets to the region to deter potential threats, particularly from groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon. On the other hand, Russia and China have refrained from condemning Hamas and maintained communication with both sides. Russian President Vladimir Putin has attributed the lack of peace in the Middle East to U.S. policy. Iran, a staunch adversary of Israel, supports Hamas and Hezbollah, both of which have engaged in hostilities with Israel. Reports have suggested Iranian involvement in Hamas's recent attack, although Tehran denies any such role. With reports of civilian casualties and widespread destruction, how is the international community responding to the aftermath of these airstrikes, especially concerning the targeted areas like houses, hospitals, and mosques? Israeli airstrikes in Gaza. Overnight, Israel launched airstrikes in Rafah, southern Gaza, causing significant casualties. Reports indicate that houses, hospitals, and 3 mosques were targeted, resulting in the tragic death of at least 67 people. The affected area in Rafah is home to 1.4 million Palestinians, many of whom were displaced by previous Israeli offensives. The total Palestinian death toll in Gaza has reached 28,340 since the war's onset on October 7. Meanwhile, the Palestine Red Crescent Society has urged the protection of its staff following multiple incidents, including the killing of ambulance officers attempting to rescue a 6-year-old. In the international arena, U.S. President Joe Biden is meeting with Jordan's King Abdullah II to discuss the Israeli military operation in Rafah, captive releases in Gaza, and concerns over a potential Israeli ground operation. Additionally, Yemen's Houthi rebels targeted a ship in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, while Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas was in Doha for talks on a Gaza ceasefire with Qatari Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders has expressed opposition to Congress supporting military aid to Israel. Reflecting on the international community's growing concern, what specific actions or interventions are being considered or called for to address the unfolding humanitarian crisis in the region, and how might these efforts impact the trajectory of the conflict? Israeli forces enter Gaza hospital. Escalation in conflict and humanitarian concerns. Israeli forces have entered the main hospital in southern Gaza, Nasser Hospital, following the killing of a patient and injuring of 6 others by Israeli fire. The operation aims to locate hostages taken by Hamas. As per Israeli military claims, the hospital had been under siege for nearly a week, with hundreds of people inside facing heavy fire and depleting supplies. Despite international law prohibiting the targeting of medical facilities, Israel accuses Hamas of using such structures for military purposes. The situation inside Nasser Hospital is dire, with staff and patients facing harsh conditions and severe shortages of food, water, and medical supplies. The broader conflict continues to escalate, with increased tensions between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah group and a stalled ceasefire negotiation in Gaza. The international community expresses growing concern over the humanitarian crisis unfolding in the region, given the recent projectile attack from Lebanon that killed an Israeli soldier in Safed. How are these cross-border exchanges reshaping the geopolitical landscape, and what potential implications might they have for future conflicts in the Middle East? Hezbollah retaliates after Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon kill civilians. The civilian death toll in Lebanon from 2 Israeli airstrikes has reached 10, marking the deadliest day in over 4 months of ongoing cross-border exchanges. Israel targeted a senior Hezbollah commander, Ali Dibs, and 2 other operatives in Nabateeh. Hezbollah confirmed the deaths and vowed retaliation. In response, the group fired tens of Katyusha rockets at the northern Israeli town of Kiryat Shmona. Additional Israeli strikes were reported in southern Lebanon. The UN peacekeeping force, UNIFIL, expressed concern, urging all parties to cease hostilities. The strikes in Nabateeh demolished a building, resulting in the deaths of 7 family members, while another strike in Suwaneh killed a woman and 2 children. The escalation follows a projectile attack from Lebanon that killed an Israeli soldier in Safed. Hezbollah did not claim responsibility for the Safed strike, but attacked 4 Israeli posts along the border in subsequent actions. The situation adds to the tension in the region amid the Israel-Hamas war fallout. Tourism, a significant contributor to Israel's GDP, has sharply declined. How does this decline impact the broader economy, and what measures are being considered to address the challenges the tourism industry faces? Israel's economy faces challenges. Israel's ongoing war in Gaza, now in its 4th month, has had a notable impact on its economy. The government has subsidized the salaries of around 360,000 mobilized reservists, affecting various industries. The Bank of Israel estimated the war's gross effects at $53 billion, leading to a revised economic growth projection of 2% for 2023 and 2024. Despite challenges, the high-tech sector, comprising nearly 20% of the GDP, remains resilient. Venture capital firms express solidarity, and major tech players, like Intel, continue to invest. However, tourism, contributing 2.6% to GDP pre-pandemic, has sharply declined. The construction industry, responsible for 14% of GDP, faces a pause in projects, impacting the economy. The conflict's broader regional effects, disruptions in trade routes, and diplomatic pressures add to the economic challenges Israel faces. Historical complexities, humanitarian crises, and economic challenges mark the ongoing conflict in Israel and Palestine. The situation remains fluid, with international actors playing diverse roles. Understanding the intricate dynamics and pursuing diplomatic solutions are crucial for fostering regional peace as events unfold. As we explore Israel's economic challenges, particularly in the tourism and construction sectors, what innovative solutions could help revive and stabilize the economy in the aftermath of the conflict? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Your support means a lot to us. Take care until the next one, and feel free to drop a comment sharing your thoughts. See you soon.